Chapter 12, problem 36. Problem 35 was a proportion problem. And problem 36 is a mean problem. I'm only going to do one. I'm not going to read the whole thing because there's a lot in there. But they took a survey of hotel managers and wanted to know if their personality score was different than the population norm. And one of those is a masculine characteristic, which we're going to do. And they wanted to know, is their hotel managers, are they more masculine than, at least on this personality test, than the norm? So, it's an average, and it's a one sample, and it's a mean problem because it wants to know the average. One sample t-test for the mean. And our null hypothesis is whatever the population norm is. And the population norm was 5.9, whatever score on the personality test, 5.19. And the alternative, I believe, was that it was different. Was it different? So we're going to go with a not equal to. At least I believe it was different, not a greater than. Step 2 for a one sample t-test for the mean is we need to look for a random sample, and they said that we can count this as a simple random sample, so we will. It is approximately normal because n is greater than 30. I think they had 148, so 148 is greater than 30. And again, please do not on your test put central limit theorem. But that's what we're using. Otherwise, if they give you 15, you would have to graph it like we did in the last couple of chapters. Step 3 is hitting the correct buttons. Stat, test, it is a t-test. The null hypothesis is 5.19. X bar, the sample, I believe was 5.91. The sample standard deviation is 0.57. And they talked to 148 hotel managers. We'll put a not equal to, and this is what it should look like on your calculator. Calculate, and oh my goodness, please notice, if you ever see a 2.1 or a 1 point something, that it cannot be a percent. It's going to have this scientific notation, okay? Which is e to the negative 32. I'm supposed to move that decimal point to the left 42 places. That's extremely low. Our t-score is 15.4. P-value, I'm just going to put approximately 0. Okay? That's saying that this did not happen by chance. Their hotel managers must be more masculine. And we want a +1, we want a bonus point, degrees of freedom equals 147. Okay. Step 4, we are going to reject the null hypothesis since the p-value is low, extremely low. We have evidence for the alternative. We have evidence that the true mean masculine score is not 5.19. It is greater than. Probably greater than. It is greater than the norm. So they apparently have more masculine hotel. Now I'm not going to do the female part, okay, the female score on this. But you can to make sure that you know what you're doing. And that is your review for chapter 12.